it alone. And yeah, it's going to be game 3 between Team Alternate and Empire. Now, PQ, I feel like that game, the Alternate were a little bit behind from Empire, and then they just took a couple fights, blew up all over Empire's bases. I mean, the Invoker did a lot of good work.
Yeah, it was actually the exact opposite of the first game, where ATN were ahead, 1 or 2 mistakes, and then Empire snowballs the other way, and it's pretty much
Team
thing in game 2
to pick.
round. So maybe it'll be the same in the third game. Just don't get the lead early and you win later.
Yeah. Now, we're going to be seeing Tusk and Bane, these two heroes. I think Tusk has something like a 100% pick rate. It's a little bit ridiculous. But he is clearly a very valued hero. He's been doing good work this entire series. But now, the Tusk and Bane on one side, Dazzle on the other, Slaughter and SF the ban-outs. Do you think it'll be Wyvern or something else that comes out here?
I think Wyvern would be a bit too much defensive opener. I could see Darkseer. Some pressure maybe. Pretty sure what Empire leans towards, but there we go, that's for Darkseer. I want to point out that Nisha, when he played the Tusk game 1, he played it really well. And then Flo also played it decently last game, but big things coming out this game.
Dire team.
Yeah. I'm really impressed that there's an Invoker ban. I like this.
And it's not against Resolution.
Yeah.
One of the Invoker players that literally made the hero viable around a certain time.
I really, really like this. So we're going to be seeing Wyvern banned out Huskar as well, because obviously the team with the Dazzle can run a Huskar and then Wraith King, which, you know, we talked about this last drop, but you don't want a Fiend's Grip, a Wraith King, and then he comes back to life and you're like, great, I'm so glad I used all of my spells against the hero that respawns.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, but now they have a swap instead of Reincarnate to deal with. ATN are pretty much sticking to the same formula every game. Now they're going to have to pick a slightly different mid. But they've always gone with the gyro carry. They've generally had like the Tusk or the Starladder as a way of initiating / counter-initiating. They found a formula and they're sticking to it. Just if Empire have figured it out over the past games.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and do you have your mic open during the draft in Dota TV? I just got some feedback that someone couldn't hear you, but
It is open. I'll check
just
it.
double check. It's one of those annoying things. But either way, we've got the gyro again. This is, I think, the 3rd game in a row where Exotic Deer gets to play the gyro. We will never find out if he can play other heroes. And now Team Empire, they have Venge. I mean, yes, Venge can be played aggressively, but these are some really defensive supports coming out for Empire.
Yeah, they're going to need their cores to be able to do things so their supports can follow up. As you said, Dazzle and Venge aren't the most defensive heroes in their own right, but when you've got a Lycan running at you, Venge suddenly becomes pretty aggressive. So does Dazzle in some supplements the Lycan's health pool to be able to stay aggressive.
I also really like this. I mean, we're probably not going to see too much of it, but you can use the Invisible Wolves as a little bit of a heal bomb. It's kind of cute. And as you said, yes, there are a couple of little tricksy things that occur here. I really enjoy it, but we've also got a Shadow Demon coming out. That's a nice way to deal with a Darkseer potentially, and maybe even a Lycan. I don't know though. I mean, the Poach did good work in game 1.
It's not so much against Lycan though. Poach is irrelevant against him, and there's generally a lot of units around, so getting the Soul Catcher on him is not the easiest thing. It's going to be more of a deep-pushing / prolonged fight hero. And also it's defensive as well, I suppose.
Yeah. Ooh, and the Dragon Knight ban out. I think Team Alternate a bit worried that this was going to be some sort of full push lineup. Of course, there's that great synergy. Dazzle for sustain, Darkseer with Ion Shell, Venge can howl to make sure that waves go down a bit faster, and of course Lycan is a pushing hero, but I feel like the DK, it would really put Empire into this one strat, and if it fails, they just lose if the game goes past like 30 minutes. Ooh.
Yes and no, because Lycan, at the moment, he's the hardest carry in this game. Believe that or not. Venge helps out
I would
a lot.
like you to explain your words.
Okay, so Jaro has no actual scaling spells, right? The only reason he scales as a hero is because his spells are so good at fighting, and they also help him farm a lot. So he will generally be on top of the net worth by several thousands. Similar theory to the elf, right? Lycan, he has 2 or 3 spells that actually scale.
Reserve time.
So that most players don't build him to fight late game because it's not optimal. If you get a Necro book, adds maybe a medallion treads at 20 minutes, be the biggest hero on the map anyway, and you can end the game.
Turn to pick.
But he does scale way more than a gyro.
Yeah,
Fortunately,
and
with Lena, it's a different story. But the Meepo? What?
I didn't know that they played Meepo. 1 second, I have to tell our stats man something. I would like you to explain to me, when did Resolution become a big fat Meepo picker?
Well, feels like his other heroes have fallen off, so maybe he's just spam pubbing Meepo. And that might be his excuse for, like, eating first bloods.
Pardon? His excuse is feeding first bloods? What? Sorry, I was just making sure. Our stats guy got left out of the lobby. He was still trying to figure that out, so I was just trying to make sure all of that was sorted out, and oh my goodness, we're in, I get that Meepo can work here, but I feel like if they aren't ahead...
It's an awful Meepo game, I feel like.
If they're not ahead, they're just gonna lose. Like, maybe this is just for fun. Maybe they've decided we're already out of it. We're donezo. Today...
Maybe it is a crowd pleaser, but...
Is the crowd pleased? We'll find out in 2 minutes.
Only if he plays well, I think. It has to be a well-executed Meepo for it to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Definitely got the skill to do it, though.
I've never seen... I mean, when I look up Resolution, I don't think Meepo player. Maybe we will after this game.
It, though.
Yeah.
He used to play Lycan, his Wolf Macro was tip-off. Like, he knew exactly where to put those things. Literally, it's not that hard. Once you find a hero, you just end-click them and they follow around. He can definitely do it. On top of his, like, Invoker micro with the Forged Spirits, the Necro books. It's a different kind of micro, I suppose, but I wouldn't put it past him. It's just that I think it's an absolutely awful pick this game. Jaro does enough AoE damage, but Tusk is really good against the hero in general, and Lena has so much single target damage.
Yeah, even though Meepo has extra magic resistance, it does feel like, I don't know, it feels like a really scary game. And also, folks, I would love feedback if PQ is loud enough, because I've been told that you're a bit quiet. Don't touch your mic. I almost said something weird there. Don't touch your mic volume, because I try to adjust you, because if we both adjust you, suddenly maybe you're,
I just moved a tiny bit closer.
Oh gosh, what have you done? What have you done? No, we should be good. Either way, we got Shed Tangos being dropped, Supreme on the Lena in mid for once not playing Invoker, and this might be what they need, you know. Lena's been nerfed quite a bit in 6.85, so perhaps she won't be the strong hero, but Robert using that brain sap being a bit of a pain, and Meepo, I just wasn't expecting this.
She's still one of the best heroes, I feel like. It's just less stupid than she once was. She's still going to dominate this lane in the same fashion. Hope. The only thing is, once Meepo actually gets like level 4, he is somewhat susceptible on the Lena.
And Post Blood goes down as Doxia has 5 stacks of the Shadow Poison on him. 5.
Yeah, it feels like I'm watching Sing Sing random gold on Shadow Demon. This like never happens in a real game, I feel.
Oh my goodness, in Resolution, he's trying to run the Meepo away. Takes a bit of the Brain Sap. Brain Sap is also pure damage, so Meepo's extra he does have extra magic resistance. Snowball gonna be going to him. Light Striker should hit as well, and that is Meepo going down. And now they might be able to catch a low hot dance. I doubt it, though. So, gonna just be a nice single pick off.
Off the lane this early for something like that is not something you see too often. Works out really well.
Yeah, I think it's also really good because he looks, from the looks of things, was having a bit of trouble in bottom lane. No Fear doing a good job of zoning him, so yeah.
Yeah, Lycan's a really strong laning hero as well, so I think he's just going to resort to blocking the lane and maybe moving around as much as possible, because this mid lane is really gankable. In fact, Bane's sitting here, if ever the Tusk rotates in, or even if he do it, he can rotate top and make things happen.
With things like Shadow Demon getting the kill up top, do you ever think that's just sometimes Shadow Demon not really maybe a hero that's thought of to be super in the meta, players have unfamiliarity against him, falling victim to that?
Yeah, I suppose it's a similar thing to Batrider, where if you get enough napalm stacks on you, you just realize, oh crap, I really shouldn't have done this. Like, you go in for 1 HP, and then suddenly, oh, it's 5 stacks, I'm at 300 HP. Oh, I'm dead. You know, I can definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
It shouldn't happen from a spectator point of view, but from view, Dota's all about feel. If you feel like you're safe, then
Oh, it's gonna be Tusk going down. If they can find him, they get the last hits. Tusk tried to do the fancy play that we often see, the ice shards, you know, where the creep wave's coming. You force the opponent who's been ice shard to take damage from you and the creeps, but Silent just turned around with the howl with the wolves and smacked him to death.
Sorry, I'm about to choke one. Good.
Excellent. So my co-caster is choking, as we can see that Bane is scouting out the stacks, checking to make sure that Resolution doesn't have too many ways of getting really back into this mid lane, because he is having a rough time. You do expect that, though. He's melee against a really good hero in Lina, but can they get the kill onto Robin? And there's going to be 1 poof, 2 poofs, and that is going to be Bane down. How you doing, PQ? You done dying?
Not quite, unfortunately.
Excellent. Yeah.
Many people's pleasure, I'm sure.
Always the worst there, but we see Meepo pick up his first kill of the game. Oh, actually, the kill went to the bench. Probably not as happy about that. Yeah, I mean, you're still happy to get some involvement, knock up your farm, etc.
Which wants boots, you know? Venge is one of those heroes that when you actually get items, and especially levels, you're a lot more impactful than otherwise.
Yeah, Venge, boots to get off those stuns and maybe swaps. Maybe Medallion, and maybe that Aloha dance goes that. It depends. So, very powerful. And another thing I hadn't realized, but with how works, might make it a little bit easier. I mean, always makes it a little bit easier to get kills everywhere, but these ganks mid might become more scary than they would have been otherwise. Venge, oh not Venge, Dazzle going in for the heal bomb. Nisha taking a lot of damage. Actually, a couple more auto attacks, dodges it with the snowball, but has to snowball onto the creeps there. Oh, Dazzle's going for it, has the haste, has a heal bomb in a few seconds, but instead is going to take an ice shield's damage. Oof. Yeah, that is what we call tail feathers, folks.
Yeah, he should so have died for that. That was so... The one time he misses a shards, unfortunately, in the 2 games he's played, pretty much.
And we have another dead Doxy. He is taking way too much damage. Doesn't have the mana for the shallow grave. Doesn't have a point in shallow. Never mind, he's going to salve up. He did have 3 stacks of poison damage on him, so I thought that was the rocket barrage would lead to his demise. Instead, in bottom, though, no fear showing that his name is true. Even though he's taking quite a bit of tower aggro, he will get very low, but the Tulsu gets away. And no fear, walking around 30 health. That's a way to be.
Yeah, exactly the same as Dazzle did when he died to the tower. You know, asserting dominance.
Yeah.
Weird way, you know, proving that you can't die.
Yeah. So now Supreme just gonna give them a bit of the dragon slave. Let's talk bigger game plans. Now, Meepo, he's a hero that's famous for, because he has so many of those heroes, he can farm faster than others, he can get the levels faster, he has the shorter death timer because he farms faster, but he... Also, it feels like, I mean, do you fall off faster? What's your downside?
When you die, you lose a lot on the hero, because generally, it's similar to you're either way ahead on experience or net worth, possibly both at times. But when you die, you give up a lot, and on top of that, I feel like when he's behind is irrelevant, pretty much. When he's ahead, it feels like the hero's broken, so...
And that's the Meepo we're used to seeing. The Meepo where...
Oh my... 2 HP on the Meepo.
Thank you.
Thanks the Laguna and the Slave. So close. And he was not on the strength shreds. He had died there. That's like a huge play.
Yeah, and we've got an engagement up top. We've got a cooldown. Can they get more poison onto this Doxy? Otherwise, he's just gonna wander away. They miss again, and Flo is gonna be fine. I just realized casting this game is gonna be way harder than I thought, because normally you can go off the health balls at the top, but you can't for Meepo. So...
I was watching it mid, so we're good now.
No, I was searching. I couldn't find. I was like, where is this 0 health Meepo? I'm just like clicking around the map.
So Meepo's friendly, I guess.
Yeah,
but it is spectator friendly.
So, but probably just for me. It's always good to get new skills in your toolkit, like casting Meepo. And as I say, casting Meepo, there's a DD on Supreme. There are invisible wolves coming in. They dropped a sentry for that. That is some wolf hate, animal cruelty. Coming out.
They want him vision over the mid lane. Unfortunately, they try and check for some next level spots. Ward is just in like the typical hub place on the hill, watching.
Yeah.
Warding's hard. Like you have to be able to see where they place it, otherwise it's so hard to read because people have different opinions on different things. Maybe people watch replays and then some people are like, nah, I did this yesterday, I won't do it again. Like it's a complete mind game. You never read it for sure.
We've got Aloha Dance getting a little bit of extra farm on the bottom lane, but this also frees up Tusk. He's not facing the pressure he was previously. I expect him to build what he did last time, probably the boots into a Blink or a mech. Although, as I say that, we've got a Nightmare up Wolf. I doubt that was intentional. And now Robert taking a lot of damage, uses that Brain Sap. There is a cooldown hitting on a lot of people, but with the Howl as well. Oh gosh, Silent, he is taking a lot of damage. Walrus Punch up, and that is one Wolf down, one Meepo down. As you talked about, you lose a lot when you go down. I think a bit of an overextension from the two of them, though maybe. They thought that they were a bit alone.
Yeah, Jaro had like rotated to, I'm gonna guess, smoke with the Tusk. Definitely wasn't inches this early, so fortunate timing for him to be there, I think. Maybe the Lina would get one kill, but I don't think they'd get both without the Jaro. Back to your point about game plans, I think Roche is like Empire's biggest game plan. Obviously they want to group up push towers at some, maybe split push as opposed to grouping up, but if they don't get Roche, I feel like ATN just have the ability to deal with them. You keep giving up pickoffs like this, you're giving them a lead so that you can't then take Roche from them later.
Will they be able to surmount this? Is it something where you mentioned the Meepo playing from behind is really rough? The Meepo, he's not top, he's in the top 4. Is that still viable? Should they just maybe look to dodge for a little bit?
You can definitely farm up and probably have an Axe by 13-14 minutes. Or Blink if he opts to go that route, which is much more pick-off based. So I don't think they're by any means out of it yet, it's just tiny bit slipping away from them, and if they keep giving it away, then ATN will definitely take it. The one problem I've just noticed is the Bane's like level 2.
Yep.
So that's really bad because he's a really good way at dealing with Meepo.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I agree with you, the Bane being level 2. But the Shadow Demon's 5 and the other supports are all 5, so this smoke, I don't expect it to latch as the Meepo TP's out. He's already, he's going straight toward the Ags. We have Wolves scouting for the Bane. Again, he nightmared the Wolves. And we've got TP rotations in. Gyrocops thinking about coming in, but the wall immediately drops. Flo just gonna try to wander away. Silent, he's gonna be able to dodge everything because he is the Wolfman and is fast as a max movement speed, I believe, right? Excellent. He has built up, he's going for a medallion. He, I'm guessing, has the recipe for the Vlads hiding away somewhere. Yes. He has like half of actually no, he's fished the medallion and has half other Vlads. He doesn't have the lifesteal component.
Got it.
It's a life choice. Oh yeah, I don't think both are bad at all. I'm just surprised to see him have half of one and half of the other, so...
Denied.
Yeah. And I do believe in professional Dota, we're just getting some word from Mac, who even though he couldn't make it into this game, is still trying to pull some stats for us, that it looks like this is Resolution's first professional game on Meepo. I do believe, though, if you want to try it out, it's hard to run Meepo in pubs and have it emulate professional settings at all, right? Your opponent's not going to be nearly as good. L is probably going to take a tumble here, pooping in even though he is disrupted, and now there's going to be the Geo strike just slowing him up. Ice Shards does come in, Walrus Punch, something that Resolution can't necessarily handle, and the poof away before the Light Strike Array can come out. Now Supreme is in trouble as well, no fear, standing there, going to end up falling, but of course gives him the minus damage aura. And the wolves poking away. Dazzle. Oh, Aloha Dance. Most likely gonna fall. Laguna Blade for good measure coming out for him. Although while all of this has happened, Flo is just pushing that top lane. And speaking of shards, getting the Lycan, Walrus Punch, Rocket Barrage, he even used Transformation, and I have a headless corpse. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, this is, I think even if, because this game is so important for alternate, they know alternate's gonna play at full strength, so it's a really great place to get to try out the Meepo in a setting where the other team is quite organized, and they already know alternate's a good team. They took a game off of Empire, so I think it's an excellent place to try the strat if it's something you would like to try against other teams.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Now, we've got Supreme wandering around with an Invis rune, but I feel like if she tries to go on Flow here, he's a bit close to the rest of his team, and they're all coming in. They even have an Ion Shell that's... Oh, goodness, she's gonna go for the bigger kill. Silent is looking very juicy, but do they have the follow-up? Silent knows someone is looking here for him, but of course doesn't know Supreme. Yeah, it's considered a very good item. It's very good for the cost. I know I've asked professional players before what they're doing when we sometimes get to do post-game interviews with all the drums, and they're saying it's just a great item for its cost. But Lena, not typically a drums carrier, more normally Yules. A little bit interested to see why that's out. Oh, there's gonna be... Okay, that was a swap. Immediate Laguna Blade. There's gonna be a snowball in. Cooldown is landing on many of them. Flo, he's trying to drop the wall, but there was no vacuum follow-up. They'll get one, but they need more. Here comes Meepo, though. Can he make a mess of this with the wall being down? He poops in, but most of the poops miss on Nisha. Light Striker are gonna stun up a few of those Meepos, but I think that they have Supreme, and now they catch Exotic Deer as well. They just need to get the Geo Strikes on that guy. There's gonna be a snowball, but that has to go into someone. And will the poops hit in time? He could definitely catch out some people here. There are more poops, but they're hitting no one. And the net manages to catch up Exotic Deer. There's Geo Strikes going. They're chaining the nets well, but here comes the backup. There's gonna be a nice disruption saving the day, and Tusk has also escaped. I think we're clearly seeing that Resolution is practicing the Meepo here, because there are a few misplays. But overall, a good team fight for them. No, it wasn't the Oathbinds. He hit all the nets. He missed the poops.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is falling.
Yes.
Double damage.
Yeah. Now, we're going to be seeing Meepo is at the ready. He does not have the blink tag yet. He's really close, and they're actually wrapping around. Do they not know that the Roshan is here? They want the Meepo Resolution. He's going to be disrupted up, having a cooldown dropped on him as well. But Lycan has the ult, has the Aegis, and maybe this is what they want. If they can get out of this team fight cleanly, the rest of Empire might be happy with this, but Nisha has gone in, has blocked the rest of them out there. He is stuck in there with Aloha Dance, and Aloha Dance, he needs to be able to get off the shallow grave, but instead Dogseer falls despite getting off a beautiful wall, and it looks like only our Aegis carry is going to make it out alive. Silent just having those ice shards touch the back of him. Not quite latching. A disastrous team fight for Empire. Well, they didn't burn the Aegis, but they basically took the rest of them down, and so it delays any impact they could want to have with the Aegis, and Silent's got a hard road ahead of him. Yeah. Now, we have a very close game on our hands, both the experience and gold graphs, very close. Lena has a lot of gold saved up, as does Meepo. I assume he's going for a blink dagger here, because he's about to reach it. He might just pick it up at the side shop. But Lena, with her 2.7 thousand gold, I'm not quite sure what's in the cards for her. It is the blink dagger for Meepo. It did receive a big nerf lost patch, but it's still a good item, just not as good as it used to be. Yep.
What surge is this?
Oh gosh, she manages to get the light strike already. Is she getting up? No. One last auto attack, but all of the Meepos maybe not exactly where they want to be. The Warriors punch up. They're going to manage to do a lot of damage to Nisha, but there's the Fiend's Grip. The net stops it. And now Meepo still needs to get the rest of his team out of here. And oh goodness, what's going on? That was a nightmare on one of them. He's TPing one away. Can they just blink away? He actually poops over here before the TP was done. And Meepo ends up being fine. The Bane goes down. We have a pause coming out of Shadow Demon, which I think was an accident or not. Okay. I'm gonna quickly do item roundup while we have all of these pauses, because we actually had a bunch of stuff coming up at this game. It has no chill, no action stopping. Oh gosh, the Shadow Demon is dead. Yeah, maybe some anger coming up, but Meepo managing to survive there. Shadow Demon has DC down. He might have been lagging or something, even though he unpaused. You know, maybe you think the lag is gone, but you actually dropped from the server. That's what we'll go with. Yeah. So. You know, sometimes you disrupt, you try to buy some more time. So Meepo has the blink, has the axe. Venge has an urn. We have an 8 being drawn on the map. And that's the Picasso painting. The mech and the arcanes on Darksea. He can buy up Guardian Greaves if he wants, but I think he'll go Blink Dagger first. Glimmer Cape eventually for Dazzle, and finally the Vlad, the Medallion, the Omelet. When was the last time we saw an Omelet Lycan? I don't... Yeah. So, and on Shadow Demon we have a 4-staff. I really like this. I believe it's to save people from being Meepo poofed, and among other things. And Lena, of course, we still don't know. She lost a lot of gold in that last engagement, unfortunately, but gonna be a-okay there. And a mech on Tusk. Tusk doing actually pretty well. He's a bit poorer than the Disruptor. Not Disruptor. The Disruptor that isn't in this game. Very rich. He's a bit poorer than the Darkseer, but I think you expect that since Iron Shell makes it so much easier to get a lot out of lane. Yeah. We also have Sandra and Yasha coming out for the gyro, and of course Bane just rocking shoes, which isn't too bad. I mean, it's a rough game when you're a support against a Meepo and a Lycan. What do you do here, though? I feel like with these deaths coming out, they're probably feeling ready to siege high ground, and although how long does Howl have left? Okay, Howl is down for a while, actually. So... I mean, they don't have a big Howl to use on the tower, but I still think even with the short death timers, they might be able to get a tower with the Meepos and the Lycan. Yeah. Yep. So Dazzle and Meepo have a 54% win rate, which I believe. Oh, okay. DDoS will just say that it's the highest win rate among Meepo pairings that have above 25 games played. I want to say. This is again courtesy of Mac Dota, giving us stats from Beyond the Grave. He's not dead. I mean, he just couldn't get into the lobby. Phrasing llama. Anyway, we are seeing the tower siege. They actually have to use glyph. They do have quite a bit of wave clear. We see a nightmare come out. Fiend script off cooldown, but there is a cooldown. That spell has a low cooldown, and that should probably be the end of the engagement. Although Silent may go down. Laguna Blade burning that Aegis. It's not the worst place for him to respawn, but it isn't the best either. Although Ice Shards, of course, being on cool. Oh, they're back off cooldown. Can they catch anyone out? So, are they still thinking of going in? Surely not. But it looks like they're finally leaving, and Meepo, not Meepo Prime. I want Meepo Quattro. I don't know which Meepo I want. Up top, pushing this tower, and they can probably get it to half health easily. This team fight, though, they're thinking about having it be a happening thing, and that really should be the end of it. I don't think. Yeah. So gonna be really nice up there. And Meepo poofs out. So now this gives them more space to push in on the middle, and I wouldn't say this is, you know, one of the, oh goodness, we have a swap in on Supreme. There's gonna be a stun as well. They should have more than enough damage, and with the heal bomb as well. Nisha not taking a lot of damage. The poofs again unfortunately do miss, but they have enough damage and slow with the Geo Strike. Robert's going down to Meepo, despite maybe not being one of the premier performances, taking over this game. Oh god. This is the Blink Meepo poof. We have the Tusk buyback, but L is gonna fall. Exotic Deer trying to kill off Meepos. Warriors punch those Meepos, but Resolution, he's just walking away. The tower damage, will it be enough? The Shallow Grave comes out, and now Exotic Deer is dying to Silent. 2 more auto attacks. He gets the crit. Silent, he's gonna have to run around like the Wolfman. He's turning back into fight. He's like, I got a Vlad, let me get some crits. Not gonna end up working out, but holy Hannah, this is gonna be a 21-minute Rax and a Meepo who survives on a sliver of health. Finally! Yeah, and it looks like No Fear will probably fall as well. The wall placed a bit further back, but I spoke too soon. Heal bomb coming out. No Fear. Oh, the dodge from the Nightmare. He's still, no, the Shallow Grave. And now they're using the Fiend grip on No Fear. What a usage, Supreme. Can she get the kill onto Resolution? One more auto attack should do it. They finally kill the raid boss. That is Meepo, but No Fear lives through the Fiend's grip, using the Shallow Grave through the own charge. That was ridiculous. They've saved their ranged racks, but who cares about a ranged rack? But you can look at the fight recap. It's a big win for Empire, and they have surged ahead, taking a Rax, doing great in the experience department as well. Yeah. Also, we do believe this is the first Lycan omelet on this patch, so that's exciting. Lots of firsts for this patch, this game. Always good to get those firsts in before we transfer over to the next one, eh? No, it's mid-December, so all you people who play solo ranked, get your Doom spamming in to raise those MMRs and whatever else you raise. I know chat likes to raise various things. Back on topic though, Supreme, a lot of buybacks were extended in that fight. That there we go. I actually thought there was more, but you're right, it was only Tusk. I thought Nina had to buy back as well, but she just naturally respawned. She's now, it looks like, going straight for a BKB. It'll stop a lot of the poof damage. I don't know if it's enough, and I think she really needs that Ags. She needs that pure damage, it feels like.
Dire's bottom tower is under
And BKB doesn't stop that. Like,
are fortified.
or the physical damage from the heal bomb that she's frequently been swapped into. So there's a lot that Empire have going for them in this game, and they are using it. Now Silent, he is getting ready to siege high ground again. No Aegis this time. There's going to be a disruption. They managed to get the Soul Catcher just onto him, but he pops that BKB. There's going to be an immediate swap coming out, and now he's in the Wolfman form. But Tusk has rolled all the way in. There's going to be a nice little Laguna Blade coming out. Lena, surprise, surprise, it wasn't a BKB, it was an Aghanims. I'm an idiot. Now we've got Meepo. He's coming in with the poops, but Resolution, he's taking too much damage. I think he's going to fall here to the Gyrocopter. He he finally goes down, and a big win for Alternate. Unfortunately, they didn't catch the Lycan either. Yeah. I don't know. No, I thought I saw the... Yeah, we're both idiots, folks. Please, don't spam that one. We'll say that. But either way, getting into this Lycan, his BKB, you know, it's still 9-second duration. He ate a Laguna Blade and was just fine. Managed to walk it off. What do you go next on a Lycan? Are you just finishing up that Solar Crest? Are you Sanjin Yasha Lycan?
Generation.
Yes. Yeah, so. Glimmer Cape going to be out for Dazzle as well. They are maybe thinking it's going to be Roshan time, but unfortunately for them, it is a really long Roshan. Well, it's a longer than average Roshan timing. They should be able to catch Robert G though, and he's going to be swapped into death. That was fast, to say the least. Lycan did finish up that Solar Crest as we were talking about, and yeah, he melted. Also, really nice here with the physical damage bombs that we have coming out of Dazzle. I mean, there's just some great synergy here. Oh, goodbye, Alpha Wolf. Do you think... Oh. I was just gonna ask if you think it's like... something I'm not actually gonna say. Is Geostrike... It's a passive, not a unique attack modifier, right? He's going the, sheep, but I don't get to see a lot of Meepo, and so then I was like, I think he can also go a Scotty, and then I was double checking that I wasn't going to make a fool of myself, but I already have, by exposing that knowledge and the smoke, there's going to be a full cooldown, but this Roshan, he's falling so fast, using the Solar Crest, and they've already gotten it. Nobody's picked it up yet, though. It is still just chillaxing there. They couldn't grab it because of the ice shards. Meepo finally gets it, and Nisha is going to take about 3 auto attacks. I have no idea why that took so long for them to get. They killed the Tusk, and that seems to be it. Oh gosh, Robert G. Okay. I thought maybe the ice shards were on top of it. Yeah. So we've also got the Blink Dagger up for Doxia and the finished Guardian Greaves. I mean, there isn't a whole lot you purge off here, but of course it is great, and it has that aura that a lot of folks don't know about. When you're below 20% health, you get extra 15 armor and... Is it 4 health? 15 health regen. 4 base always with the aura. So this is really fantastic. If anybody gets low, auto attacks from Gyrocopter not going to be doing too much. They get the mid racks for free. Yeah. Oh, we have another swap in. There's going to be a beautiful vacuum on 3. There's the wall. Meepo pooping in. Resolution showing he knows how to play this hero as well. Silent taking a lot of damage, but oh, he actually isn't the Aegis carrier. Resolution, you're going to tank a lot of this for your ally. And the... Oh, it's just... BKBs don't help you against a Meepo, it feels like right now. I know you missed the poof damage, but Geostrike... Yo. Oh my goodness, Supreme, is he going to be able to get away? Meepo, is this going to be 1 life down? There's a shallow grave, but it wasn't on the right Meepo, so he goes down anyway. Novia playing exactly how his name sounds, and now they've got an Ice Shard coming out. They managed to hit the Light Strike array in a lot of them, but Nisha turned into a piggy. Supreme is still up and active, and is going to have that Light Laguna Blade off of cooldown in about 20 seconds, but they've already taken the bottom racks, and now they've got a stun onto Supreme. Where's the heal bomb coming out? A swap back into the enemies again. Gyrocopter trying to do what he can to zone drops a really defensive cooldown, but Meepo is here. Tusk is falling. Oh gosh, Supreme, you just need to auto-attack a few people, but no fear has the grave on him. Resolution getting really low on one of those Meepos, but it's what we talked about. 1,000,000 armor coming out with the Guardian Greaves, and Resolution might finally go down here. And, okay, yeah, I think unfortunately Blink gets cancelled, takes a Laguna Blade, but I think they're fine with that. They got another set of racks, and when you're getting to the point where you can be pushing mega creeps at probably 35 minutes in. I think you're a very happy camper. They're almost 20,000 gold ahead and approaching 14,000 experience, going a little bit in the other direction because of that fall. There's going to be bots out on this Meepo soon. He has the Scythe of Vice that we mentioned, or Sheepstick, as most of you know it. Even this Venge's rich. She's actually selling stuff. Does she want the Blink Dagger here? Oh, Blade Mail. I guess Gyro does have uncontrollable damage. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yes. Yeah, he's gonna use that BKB, but Fiend's Grip doesn't care about that. Of course, he's not taking pretty much any damage, and that mischance working overtime. Warriors punched a creep, and now Meepo is here, Supreme, trying to just get away, doesn't want to be Meepo. She has no mana to cast her ult. She can't Laguna Blade him, but they managed to take out the Meepo anyway. Bane also falls in the back line, but if Supreme can get out of this, or just manage to find mana from nowhere, getting stick charges, but she's gonna go down before she can. And actually, it's No Fear that managed to take out the Lina. She does have buyback, but at the same time, L falls on the sidelines, and now it looks like Exotic Deer gonna be going down as well, taking a lot of damage. That Wolf is working in on him, and oh gosh, there's a stun. Already has minus armor. You can't take more of it. Has to kill the Wolf. We've got a snowball in. Let's see if they can catch it out. Lina ends up buying back. No Fear running around with that Blade Mail. This is a ridiculous team fight. It looks like Empire's gonna realize they need to back out now that the Lina's brought back, but the fact that she couldn't cast Laguna Blade that entire fight just allowed the Meepo to get so much work done, and then the Lycan. Yeah. And now Lina is being beaten up by the wolf. Silent turning himself into the wolf man. Laguna Blade comes out, but the swap, he is just fine. He's running in for more. And now Gyrocopter drops the cooldown, but nobody's taking damage. Gyro's taking quite a bit from the rest of their team. Not the Blade Mail, but still, he was taking big autos. And Meepo isn't even in this team fight. They lose the Shadow Demon. He's a dieback. Supreme's about to be a dieback with one more auto attack. And where is Meepo? He just respawned. Is that what I saw? Yeah, they're gonna manage to catch out Robert G going down. TP into the creeps. Will the Earthbinds hit? Doesn't even need them to. He turns him into a picky. He's gonna start geo-striking him. Waiting. The Meepo poops in the snowball. Yeah, it's still gonna be very dead Nisha. And that may just be the GG call, because they are missing buybacks on a lot of heroes. And they're just gonna go work on the tier 4s.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
32-minute GG. Resolution now renamed to Meepo Picker. Oh gosh, look at Nisha melt. How does this game make you feel? I mean, I think Resolution proved you can have a rough time in lane, and as long as your team stacks for you, you're gonna be okay. So Empire does